Welcome back for day 17 of AweSam Adventures. This morning we quickly packed up our camp in Yellowstone and drove the roughly 260-ish miles north into Montana to get to Great Falls, where I am right now, and where I'm gonna shower, get the grease out of my hair, because there's a lot from being in the woods for a couple of days, and then we're gonna head to Glacier National Park. Because today was a driving day, and if I'm getting bored of vlogging from our mini, then I'm sure you've passed that point of boredom several videos ago. So instead of showing you more footage like this from our drive, I'm going to talk about the neighboring parks, Grand Teton and Yellowstone. We were in Grand Teton for 6 nights to see the total solar eclipse, and we were in Yellowstone for 2 nights, well, 3 if you count our motel fiasco. The parks literally border each other, and had we planned at all, we would have done them back to back. Before we get into the scoring of the points, let me just get one thing out of the way. For sheer size, Yellowstone crushes Teton hands down. You will be spending a lot of time in your car in Yellowstone just to get from cool thing to cool thing. The to-dos. In Grand Teton, the activities from what we observed and experienced were the slow burns. You go kayaking on the lakes, you hike up the mountains, maybe you go horseback riding or try your hands at rock climbing. It's the standard park fare, and it's the more of the do-it-yourself type entertainment, which we genuinely do enjoy. Yellowstone, though, is the Las Vegas of national parks. You want water erupting from the earth? Got it. How about volcanic steam vents? Yep. Oh, you like boiling hot springs? Cool. Waterfalls more your speed? Not a problem. So yeah, Yellowstone kicks butt in the attractions department. There are boardwalks, parking lots, and super convenient access points for all the big things, so you can enjoy all the splendor very easily. So Yellowstone's unique attractions earn it the win here. Camping. This is a biased one for me for a few reasons, most of which are summed up in my video about it. Even though we were there for the eclipse, we were able to get a campsite in Grand Teton relatively easily. Our campsite was nice, relatively secluded, we had flush toilets, yay, and we were in walking distance to the amenities in the little village. I loved our camping experience in Teton, even though we basically froze to death every night. We froze to death in Yellowstone too, and Yellowstone was a different story. For one, getting a campsite was a challenge, an unexpected challenge. We didn't pre-book anywhere because we aren't keeping exact dates on this trip, and that was an issue at this park. Our campsite was also not so great. Yeah, we had the flush toilets, again, and soap at this one was a bonus, but the individual site was not very private. The lights to the bathroom blinded us all night, and it just wasn't as pretty. So I'm awarding Teton the win in this category. Amenities. Both parks are pretty equal in this one. They both have big village centers where there are gas stations, grocery stores, cafes, and laundry services available, thankfully. Unfortunately, I'm gonna name a winner here, because Yellowstone did not have free Wi-Fi, whereas Teton had it in several places. It wasn't always great, but it was enough for me to upload my daily vlogs and check in with the world outside of the national park. So I'm awarding a marginal win to Teton in this category. The AweSam preference. Teton is an underrated park because people literally use it as a drive-through to get to Yellowstone. It's also not as accessible for the elderly, the disabled, the lazy version of myself, because you do have to hike to see the really cool things. And part of me loves that. I think the splendor and tranquility is amazing, and if I had to do both parks again, and I plan to do them back to back, I would strongly consider camping in Teton and driving into Yellowstone during the day. That said, I think Yellowstone is the most popular national park for a reason. It is truly special. It is unique even when I properly use the word unique. While Old Faithful was a bit anticlimactic, things like Grand Prismatic and the hot springs everywhere just blew me away. So, gun to my head, I think I have to say that Yellowstone wins for me. Unless, of course, there's a total solar eclipse going through Teton, because that situation is a million points in the Teton category. Please remember to subscribe to see more of my daily vlogs while I travel the country, and soon the world. And let me know if you like this sort of content, or if there's something else that you want to see. And just comment below with what that is. So until tomorrow, go have some awesome adventures!